is required means this Django framework is purely developed by using the Python language only. Django framework is purely developed by using the Python language only. That's why to learn this Django framework, Python is must be required. Clear this one? Python is must be required, guys. And not only that reason, whenever we are installing the Python software, one pip command is coming, guys. After installing the after installing the Python software, guys. After installing the Python software, one command is coming. Which name is pip. Pip stands for what? Python installer package. At the time of learning with Python only, you are getting about this one, guys. Very very important one, this one. Okay, Python installer package. By using this pip command, we are going to installing the Python related third party packages, third party modules. Okay, so about the pip I will tell today only. Wait some time. So this pip is must be required to installing this Django. That's why this pip, when we are getting after installing the Python, that's why if you want to work with Django framework, then Python language must be required in our system. If you are not installing the Python means this pip is not coming. Without pip, we are unable to installing the Django. Okay, then. So in the last session, what is program? I told you guys, set of instructions we are calling the program. Set of instructions we are calling program, and set of programs we are calling the software. Set of programs we are calling the software. Okay, and Python nowadays people are calling a general purpose programming language. We discussed why calling general purpose programming language means after learning Python we can take different courses as our career. So one more overview I'm giving. So Python you are learning, guys, here Python. After learning the Python, you are going to join different courses. For example, data science you can join, artificial intelligence you can join, and deep learning you can join, machine learning, and the Django framework you can join, and the Flask framework you can join, DevOps you can join. Okay, na? DevOps, you can join. Like n number of courses there, guys. N number of courses there. So these all courses must be required Python. So the people who are learning these courses, all are must be required to learn this Python also. Okay, na? So here totally 6 courses. For example, each course 100 people learning means all people together required to learn this Python course. Okay, na? So these all 600 people are going to learn this Python language. So right now you are choosing this Django, guys, as your career. Okay. So right, why we are choosing this Django means, so using the Django we can developing the web applications more easily compared to other language related frameworks. And also here if you want to learn other courses, if you want to learn these other courses, we need to spend more time. Like 6 months minimum we need to spend, guys, and we need to spend more amount. So almost nearly 20 to 30,000 you need to spend to learn these courses, data science, artificial intelligence, like these all things. So I need to spend less time, I need to spend less amount of money, and I need to get immediately job, like that if you are thinking. Okay, and also to developing the web application, if you are interested, then you can choose the Django framework as your career. So Django is purely developed by using the Python. Already you know about the Python rules and regulations. Those all rules only we are going to use inside this Django framework. Okay, so that's why easily you are going to understanding. And Django framework is having some architecture, MVT. One architecture is there, guys. Later I will tell about that architecture. So using that MVT architecture, Django, all files are interacted each other very easily, and we can developing a front end, back end, database related all together in single project. Yeah. Now the people who are learning this Django framework, so those people are developing any web application. Here not controller guys. Java, .NET, these frameworks follows the MVC architecture, but our Django follows the MVT architecture. MVT architecture. Okay, na? Later I'll tell. Yes, MVT. This is our architecture. So later clearly we will discuss. Wait some time. Okay. Now here using the Flask also we can developing the applications guys. Using the Flask also we can developing the web applications. So why not Flask we are using? Why Django means? So using the Django more projects are coming. Using the Django more projects are coming in real time. Okay. So 90% projects are developing using the Django framework right now, and less percent projects are developing by using the Flask framework. Okay. So later Django is also having the ORM structure guys. ORM layer, ready-made layer. So by using this ORM layer, we are going to communicate our required database to performing specific operations. For example, I want to get all records. I want to create record. I want to delete record. I want to get all employees wherever employee name belongs to Rajesh. Okay. Hyderabad employees, Bangalore employees, Chennai employees, like multiple employees there in one organization. I want to filter out all employees who are belongs to Hyderabad. Clear this one? So like n number of ORM queries there. So using this ORM, we are going to write the queries, and those queries, which database you are using guys, which database you are using, that database format is automatically going to be converted. Okay, na? So Oracle format, MySQL format, MongoDB format, like a different databases format, it is going to be converted guys. It is going to be converted. Okay, so this is one of the best advantage of this ORM layer. This ORM layer. Okay, na? Yeah. At the time of discussing concepts wise about this one, lot of queries we are going to discuss. Real time, very important. This ORM language, ORM queries. Okay. So next, using the Python dynamic data type, we are providing dynamic memory allocation. We are providing as in the last session we discussed here. Okay, some points. Using the Python hello message, simply by using print method, you are printing means as a developer you are responsible to know about the print. Then easily you can print. Okay, if you are taking Java as your language, then you need to learn first of all these all definitions. Then we are able to print hello. So here different names we can write, public we can write, protected we can write, private we can write. So if we are changing a word, then meaning is changing. Okay, behavior changing. So if you know about these all things, then you are able to print this hello message. So as a developer, we need to put more efforts. As a Java developer, you need to put more efforts to print the or else to developing our application. But in Python, so by putting less efforts also easily we can develop. That is the one of the reason. And also dynamic memory allocation is there in the Python. So as a programmer, we are not responsible to maintain the memory allocation of our application related all the modules, all the functionalities. Okay, simply we are going to give like a equal to 10. A equal to 10 means based on this value at runtime memory is going to be allocated. At runtime memory is going to be allocated. If it is a Java, then int a we are writing as int a means only integer memory is accepted. If you are taking like a float, then not accepted. Then not accepted. Yes, please keep your speaker mute. Sai Krishna. Yeah. Clear this one? So like not only these things guys, at the time of learning Python only, Python compare with Java or .NET other languages, so what are the benefits are there? So many you are getting. So those all benefits available in the Django framework, same thing. Okay. So using Java, if you want to developing one application, 1,000 lines code required, for example, and 4 months time required, that project developing purpose. Same project using the Python, if you are developing, so 1,000 line code, 1,000 lines code you are writing for Java. So less than 500 lines enough for Python, and also within the 2 months we can developing this Django project, same project. Using the Java 4 months means using the Python 2 months we can develop. Okay, na? That's why nowadays all organization people, organization means companies. Okay, all companies people are expecting this Python only to developing their new applications. Why means every company is mainly focusing on three factors, guys, major factors. What are those factors? Means they need to save, they need to save the money to developing the application, guys. They need to save the money to developing the application, simply saving the cost, saving the cost of the project. Okay, na? So next saving the time, saving the time duration, guys. So as one project you are developing within 6 months, 6 months you are taking, guys. Same project within the 4 months if we are developing, then obviously money saving, time saving, and client also satisfying. We are developing our client satisfying. Okay, then new projects coming again. When new projects coming means again money coming, new money coming. Okay, so like a number of benefits are there. That's why always they are focusing to save the cost of the project, to save the time duration of the project, development time. Okay, and they need to give best performance of application. They need to increase the performance of application. Performance, performance they need to be increasing, performance increasing. So these three factors are achieving by using our Django framework compared to other frameworks. Using other framework also you are getting these factors, but compared to other frameworks, more advantages there about these three factors in Django. In Django, clear this one? So here in Django framework we are going to write less lines of code, guys. In Django framework we are going to write less lines of code. Because of less lines code, obviously less time taking, obviously less time taking. Okay, na? So one point we are taking, guys, and around that point we are going to make all the points. In Django, we are writing the less lines of code to developing our project. Because of the less lines of code, less time is taking, and also Django execution, Python execution, top to bottom, line by line executing. So because of the less lines, so within the less time executing, within the less time executing, within the less time executing means obviously performance is increasing, guys. Okay, na? Obviously performance is increasing, performance increasing. Okay, and you are writing the less lines of code, guys. Less code you are writing means obviously complexity, obviously complexity is decreasing. Am I right? Complexity is decreasing, and readability, readability increasing, readability increasing. Okay, na? So next next any benefits? So less lines code, because of that complexity is decreasing and readability is increasing. Okay, and memory also saving, guys. Memory also, a lot of memory also saving. Whenever we are writing the less lines of code, for example 1,000 lines code you are writing means some amount of memory is required. So to buy that memory we need to spend some amount of money. Okay, less than 500 lines you are writing means a less amount of memory is required. Then obviously cost of the project is saving. Okay, so memory saving, memory saving, this is also one factor. Okay, like using the Django framework, we are getting n number of benefits, guys. We are getting n number of benefits, and also code reusability is there, guys. Simply code reusability is there, reusability, code reusability is available. So one time you are writing n number of times you can use functionalities. One function I'm writing as addition function, that addition function in n number of places I can use. Code reusability is there, code reusability is there. Okay, So, and it is follows the MVT architecture using MVT all together, front end, back end, database related, all we are going to be developing. Okay. And in our Django course, I told in the last session only, guys, why I'm giving these all points means maybe today any new person is there, we don't know. Okay, that's why I'm giving. So if you are going to developing any application, for example, in our mobile, all people nowadays using the smart mobiles. In our mobile, n number of applications there, guys, apps. Okay, so these all kind of apps by using our Django framework we can develop, no problem. So any application, if you are taking three layers is there. So one is the front end layer is there, guys. One is what? Front end. Front end layer is there. So front end layer is nothing but presentation code. Presentation. Presentation code of our application. So presentation code, how you are going to develop? By using the UI technologies. UI technologies like a HTML, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap. Okay, like a number of things, guys. Okay, next this is we are calling backend developer. Backend developer. Backend developer means business code we are going to write, guys. Business code we are writing. To developing the business code, we required at least one language, like Python and language related framework. Okay, Django. If you know Python, Java, .NET, all languages means that is helping to you only, benefits only. Okay, but at least one language and language related framework is required to developing the business code. And next, database, or else simply DB developer. DB developer. Okay, database knowledge is required. So at least one DB knowledge is required. What is that one? For example, MySQL, Oracle, MongoDB, like a number of things are there. So we are going to discuss with one database at least. Django with a database communication, we will do it, guys. Clear this one? So the people who are working only in this area, then those people we are calling front-end developer. Here, the people who are working, those people we are calling a back-end developer. Here, database developer. So the people who are working in all these areas, guys, working in all these areas, we are calling the full stack developer. Full stack developer. So slowly, you need to becoming like a full stack developer. That is the then only you are getting more advantages in the organizations. Okay, so here our main target in our course, in our Django course, our main target is this one. By following the different variations, how we are developing this business code according to our requirement, and using the front end, when people are sending some data, how we are accessing the data, how we are accessing, and using our back end, how we are sharing the data to database. Okay, so these all communications we are going to do it majorly business code. So front end with the business code with a database knowledge. These all things together we are going to learn. Clear? Yeah. So these all points in the last session we discussed, guys. So now history about the Django we are going to be discussing. History of Django. And I told guys, I will take your mails day to day. What we are discussing, everything I will share to your mail, and projects you are going to get. What we are doing in this session, got it? And also video links you are going to get. And in the middle, sometimes interview questions also we are going to discuss. Lot of times I interacted with students, interview questions related all together. Yeah. Now Django was started in the year 2003, guys. Django is started in the 2003. Okay, where started? Django was started in the 2003 as an internal project. As an internal project. Internal project. Internal project means, guys, in the organizations. So internal projects there and client projects there. Internal projects means within the organization purpose. that company purpose they are developing their own applications, and sometimes client projects there means other people paying amount, and they are I mean they required they need one application, that is we are going to developing by taking the amount. Okay, so this Django was started as an internal project in so and so company. What is that company means? Lawrence Journal, Lawrence Journal World, Lawrence Journal World newspaper organization, newspaper, newspaper organization, newspaper organization. This is one company, guys, a newspaper related. For example, we have in our India also we have so many newspaper organizations like Times, Varta, Andhra Jyoti, Sakshi, Enad, like so many are there. Okay, so same thing. This is also one of the company newspaper related. For this company purpose, this Django was started in the 2003 as an internal project purpose. So who started? Who started? Authors. Guys, I'm giving here rough points only. Okay, I'm not typing full points. I'm not typing full points. So yes, Adrian Alvati and Simon Wilson is developing, guys. So here, so Adrian and Simon Wilson. So these two people are authors of our Django framework, guys. Adrian and Simon Wilson are developing this Django framework. Okay, so these both are web developers. Adrian and Simon Wilson are web developers of this company, guys. In this Lawrence Journal company, this Adrian and Simon Wilson both are working as a web application developer. They both are developing lot of web application, guys. These both are developing lot of web applications for this Lawrence Journal organization, this company purpose. When they are developing lot of applications, so they are writing the same code in all the projects. They are writing the same code in all the projects. Okay, so which is taking a lot of time, and also these guys getting some boring. Okay, we are writing same code again and again, again and again, so this is all wasting of time, and also performance is increasing. Same code we are writing multiple times like that, so time duration is increasing, like a number of points they are facing. Okay, there are number of problems they are facing. That's why finally they factor out all common features from all existing websites. They factor out means they find out all common features from all existing websites, and they taken all the common features, store into one area, storing into one file. That file finally becoming like a our Django framework only. Okay, so by using this Django framework, these guys are developed new applications, and these applications getting a lot of benefits compared to previous applications. That's why they decided, okay, by using this file, if we are developing new applications getting a lot of benefits, so we will keep maintain this file, and we will add new features into this file. Like that they are deciding, guys. Slowly like this, the Django framework is getting popular. Okay, okay, I'll tell one diagram, can see here. So first they developed one application, guys. Here they developed one application. So in this application, a lot of code they are developing. For example, database related logics. How we are writing later you will get it, guys. Here a number of logics, they are DB related logics. So any application we can take, for example, Amazon application with the database communication required. Okay, Flipkart database communication required, Swiggy, Zomato, like these all are required to communicate with database. So when we are developing multiple application, in all applications this database knowledge is required. Am I right? Okay, next authentications related, guys. Authentications related, authentication authentications means like a user registration, login, logout, who is your login, like a user profile. These all are nothing but like a authentications. So in all applications, these all authentications required. In every application, user must be required to register, they required to log in, and they are going to see our page, home page, and later they are going to log out. Okay, if they want to update their profile information, they can do it update. Like these all things simply we are calling authentications. Later we will discuss more clearly about these all things. Okay, so database knowledge is required, authentication knowledge is required, and some templates is there, guys. Some templates is there. So here templates means HTML. Simply templates means HTML, guys. In Django technically we are calling templates, we are not calling HTML. Okay, home template means home.html, like that. So these templates for registration, for login, for forgot password, like these all things we need to develop every time HTMLs. Without developing these HTMLs, ready-made HTML there, nothing but ready-made templates there, ready-made templates there in our Django. Okay, na? So here whenever you are developing a four application, in four applications these all templates required. For application, these all templates required. Okay, assumption, database knowledge, authentications, and these templates are required for this application one, and some other code, guys. Okay, so okay, simply I'm going to take some code here. I'm taking some other code. Okay, next I'm going to take one more application, which is app 2, which is app 2. In this app also database logics required, and authentications authentications logics required, and also templates logics required. And here some other code, some code too you are writing related to this application, to some different code you are writing. Okay, na? Next one more application you are developing as so here also same behavior, so app 3 you are developing. Here also DB knowledge required, and authentications knowledge. Okay, and templates knowledge is required, and then some other code, of third application. So like that, a number of applications our authors developed, guys. When they are developing all these applications, so here these features are common in all the application. So every time they are writing, guys, every time they are typing manually, so they are feeling like boring. Okay, every time we are writing same code, and also which is taking lot of time to these common features having 1,000 lines code, guys. For example, 1,000 lines there. Okay, na? So these 1,000 lines code we are writing every time in application 1, application 2, in application 3, like that they are deciding. Okay, we are writing only this code only newly, app to app, application to application, different code only this piece. But these three modules are having the same code again and again we are writing. So this is the duplicate code, like that they are deciding. That's why finally they factor out all the common code what is there in every application. They taken out all these things, separately, and they maintained in one place, guys. They maintained in one file. Okay, for example, this is consider like this one is a Django. In this Django they are maintaining DB related, they are maintaining authentication related, they are maintaining the templates related. Okay, na? So later when they are going to developing this new application, for example, one new application they are going to developing as here. So in this application, this is they are going to be importing this existing code, they are going to be importing. Okay, and after that they are writing their new code. For example, this is what Django they are importing as after that code 1 of this application they are using. Next one more project is there. So here also Django they are going to be importing, and then code 2 they are developing. So because of this Django, database knowledge, authentication, templates, all we are going to get reusing purpose. So here also one more application. So here also Django they are importing. Okay, and then code 3 you are going to write. So like this, by using this Django file, guys, by using this Django code, they are developing new applications. So these applications compared to previous applications, uh, these applications getting a lot of benefits. Okay, within the less time, with the less cost, they developed these application, and application performance also increased. Okay, so that's why they decided finally, okay, this Django file is giving a lot of benefits to developing the applications, So we need to spend some time, additional time, to developing more features into this Django. Like that they decided. Okay, finally this Django is getting popularity, guys. Clear? So why they started this Django means this is the reason to reducing the duplicate code in all the projects. So they started our Django. Why they taken Django only our framework name? Why not other name? We have so many names, guys. Okay, so Java side people taking a Spring, Hibernate, like different framework names. So our authors, why taken Django only? Why not other name means? So our authors Adrian and Simon Wilson both are loving one famous guitarist person, guys. Okay, so our authors are loving one famous guitarist person. Okay, one popular guitarist person, loving one guitarist person, guys. Loving one guitarist person. His name is Django Reinhardt. His name is Django Reinhardt. Django Reinhardt. Guys, here D is silent. D is silent. That's why we are calling it Django. Django, not D Django. Okay, D is silent, guys. So one famous guitarist person, his name is Django Reinhardt. So our authors loving this person. That's why based on this person name. So they taken our framework name is a Django only. Django. This is a popular name, Django. Okay, na Django Reinhardt, one person name. So based on this person name, our authors taking our framework name as a Django framework. Clear this point? So sometimes one would answer question. People may ask why our authors taken our framework name as Django only. Why not other name? Then you are going to give this answer. Clear, guys? Yeah. So in which year they started? In the year 2003 they started. In the year 2003 they started this Django. So later in 2005, they released to public, guys. They released to they released to public. They released to public as an open source. As an open source. Okay, na? So in 2005 they released it to public as an open source framework. Means 2003 they started and up to 2005 they used in the internal project purpose only for this company. Okay, in the Lawrence journal only they used it as internal project. Okay, so using this one, lot of benefits getting. That's why these guys Adrian and Simon Wilson are decided okay, using our Django file, if anybody is developing other people their own application, they are also getting popularity, they are also getting a lot of benefits. Like that they decided and they released in the 2005 to the public as an open source. So open source means freely can download, all people freely can download, and using that file they can developing their own code, their own application. And open source means what they developed coding, that is all we can see, everybody can see. In the Django framework related coding we can see, that is open source, guys. Clear? So that is the point. So after releasing in 2005, so they are deciding again, we need to add we need to add some more new features, into this Django framework. Then only our Django framework is getting more popularity. Like that they are decided, guys. They decided. So that's why in 2008, they resigned to this company, Lawrence Journal company. They resigned and they started their own organization. They started their own organization, which name is DSF. DSF, guys, means Django, Django Software, Django Software Foundation, Django Software Foundation. Like one company they started, Django Software Foundation. Clear, guys? And which is a non-profitable organization. Non-profitable organization means, so they are not started this company for earning the money, okay. So they are started this company to developing more features into the Django framework. Okay, so both the authors are spending a full time to developing the features into the Django framework, and some other companies like IBM, Infosys, Wipro, like so many companies there. So those people are using this Django framework and they are developing their new application. That's why they got a lot of benefits. They are saving time, they are saving money, they are developing the best performance of application. That's why these organizations people giving some donations to this company. Okay, we are satisfied with this framework, we are getting a lot of benefits, so we are donating this amount. So you can take like that, they are giving donations. So these guys, Adrian and Simon Wilson, are spending the donation amount for this company purpose only, to hiring new employees, to developing more features. Clear? Starting, they started these both two people only, Adrian and Simon Wilson. Later, they are hiring a lot of people by paying amount, salaries, all things. Okay, and everybody is developing some different features, and finally, this Django framework is getting the popularity. Clear, guys? In 2008, they released officially one version, which is 1.0 Django version 1.0. They released, guys. Later, 2x versions also there, guys. 2x versions also coming, and after that 3x versions also coming. 3x versions, Django 2.0, 2.1 like that, and 3.1 also there. So recently 3.1 point some x version. X means different subversion, guys. Okay, so this is the latest version of Django currently going. Clear, guys? So whatever the version we required, we can use that one. So here we will use the Django 2 related versions some days, and the latest versions also some days we can use. That is all your wish. So my suggestion is always latest version. Latest version. People are not using in the real time. People are not using the real time. By means that latest version maybe keep changing some modules, some methods or locations, all the things. And also for our latest module, Django latest module, other third party plugins there. For example, Django is communicated with MySQL. Maybe MySQL not supporting with the latest module. Maybe Oracle not supporting with the latest module. That's why some standard versions only we are using while developing the applications. Guys, all people understanding what I'm telling? Features. Okay. So come again. One more time. These all features. Just one more answer. In which year they started? In which year they started? Django was started in which year? In 2003. In 2003 they started, guys. Where they started? Company name. So Lawrence Journal Newspaper World Organization. This is the company. And when they release it to public, 2005 as an open source. Okay, who are the authors of this company? Who are the authors of this framework? Who are the authors of this framework? Two authors, Adrian and Adrian and Simon Wilson. Okay, so when they released to public means 2005 only they released. Okay, uh, and why they developed this framework, Django framework means, so to reusing the existing code, without developing again and again. Okay, so for reusability purpose they started this Django framework, code reusing purpose, guys. Okay, so next, when they started their own organization means in 2008 they started, what is the company name means DSF, Django Software Foundation. Okay, why they taken our framework name is Django only means based on one famous guitarist person, his name is what? Guitarist person, his name is Django Reinhardt. That's why based on this person name, they take an our framework name is Django. Clear, Ispan? And what versions there latestly? So Django 3.x version there. Django 3.x version there. Whatever you want, we can download, we can use it. Okay, na? How downloading these all things, I will take care of it sometime. Clear, guys? Yeah. So now we are going to discuss about the features, guys. We are going to discuss about the Django features. Django features. So many features there, guys. Django is providing a lot of advantages. Lot of advantages. So we can say Django is a fast, scalable, versatile, more secure, portable. All databases support is there. Like n number of features are there. So one by one, we will discuss. Okay, so we can say Django is a fast framework. Django is a fast framework. So by using the Django framework, we can create any kind of website within less time. Within less time by writing the less code. By writing the less code. That's why we can say Django is a fast framework. Clear, guys? So using the Django less lines of code you are writing. Less lines code you are writing means within the less time executing. Okay, so that's why Django is a fast framework, we can say, guys, simply. So what I'm telling here points, this every points theoretically you are getting, guys, more clearly. So instead of typing all matter here, just I'm giving a main point only. Next, Django is a scalable framework, guys. Django is a scalable framework. Scalable framework. So scalable framework means we can create all levels of websites. All levels of websites means low level website we can develop, medium level application we can develop, high level application we can develop. That is we are calling scalable. Scalable. So low level means one application you are developing, guys. Your application is regularly using less than 100 people only. That is a low level application. Medium level application means for everyday average 10,000 people are using. Okay, for example, our Durga Soft online site you can take it. Say every day 5,000 to 10,000 people are interacted with online team. Okay, so this is a medium level application. And a high level application. High level means like a Facebook, WhatsApp, Gmail. These all applications. These all applications are using regularly lakhs of people. Lakhs of people. That's why these things we are calling high level application. Okay, so using Django framework we can develop any kind of application. Our Django is supporting. Okay, na? So that is the process. Next, versatile framework, guys. Django is a versatile framework. Versatile framework. Versatile framework means so different domain based applications we can develop, guys. We can create any kind of domain websites like banking related applications we can develop, guys. Banking applications we can develop. Gaming related we can develop. Gaming related. Okay, animation, gaming, all are same thing only. Network related applications we can develop, and e-commerce related applications we can develop. Okay, so e-commerce related like a number of hospital related applications we can develop. So different domain based applications we can develop. That is versatile framework we are calling. Versatile framework. Okay, so next, Django is the more secure, guys. Sorry. Django is a more secure. E-commerce means like online applications, guys. For example, Amazon, Flipkart, okay, Zomato, Swiggy. These all are like e-commerce related. Simply online sites, Amazon site, Flipkart site, Myntra site. These all are e-commerce sites we are calling. Okay, so later in our development also I will show you one application like that, e-commerce related. Yeah, next, Django is a more secure, guys. We can say Django is a more secure. Django more secure. Django framework is having the default code which is around 80% code, guys. Whenever we are installing the Django related module, then lot of packages are coming guys along with Django. Along with Django, lot of ready-made code is coming, ready-made modules, ready-made classes, ready-made methods are coming. So by combining up all those modules, almost around 70 to 80% code is there. So this 70 to 80% code we can use in our development whenever we required to developing our applications. Okay, na? So that's why we can say more. I mean, Django is a fast framework also. Why means 70 to 80% existing code we are going to use to developing our application. We are responsible to maintaining remaining 20 to 30% code only. We are responsible. Okay, na? So this 70 to 80% code, guys, I told here 70 to 80% code you are going to get. You are going to get by default. This 70 to 80% code is pre-compiled. Pre-compiled already. Pre-compiled means coding syntax correctly is there or not. Everything checking. Okay, na? Pre-compiled and pre-secured. Already this 70 to 80% code comes with coming with security, coming with some security. So that's why we can say Django is a more secure. Okay, we are responsible to developing remaining 20 to 30% code only. For that, how we are providing security, that is only we are responsible. Clear, guys? And another point is open source. Django is a open source framework. Django is a open source and free framework. Free framework. Okay, so open source and free means without paying any amount to any company, freely we can download and we can develop our application. That is the free framework. And open source means when we are installing a 70 to 80% code, you are getting those 70 to 80% code, everything we can see guys, the data. Okay, so that is we are calling open source. For example, right now, go to training app you are using, go to meeting app you are going to use a feature. Okay, so these applications we are using only, but we are not seeing internal code what they are using, by using what platform they are developing, like these all things. But in Django we can see all existing code. Using this code we can develop our code. That is the open source we are calling as. Okay, next one of the feature is portable. Django is a portable framework. Portable framework. So portable framework means Django applications can be run on any kind of operating system. Django applications can be run on any kind of operating system without doing any modifications. Without doing any modifications. For example, guys, using the Django, you are developing one application, that is like a app one assumption, or else you can take it Amazon app you developed using the Django, and that is also by using the Windows system. In the Windows system you are developing Windows system. Okay, so your laptop, your computer is having Windows OS, there you are developing Amazon application using Django framework. Okay, now the same application can execute in the Linux systems, can execute in the Mac systems also. Yes, without doing any coding changes. Same application we can use in Linux, we can use in Mac system. Clear response? That is nothing but cross-platform. This is nothing but cross-platform. So any platform you can use to developing application, any framework you can use to developing application. That application can be run on any other platforms, and that can be communicated with any other applications also. My Amazon application can communicate with another bank accounts to pay the money. Bank applications, SBI application is there, HDFC application is there. So interconnected. So without doing any changes, if we are executing same application in multiple platforms like Windows, Linux, Mac systems, and without doing any changes, if our application communicated with different applications, okay, that is we are calling portability. Portable. So Django is also a portable framework. Means anywhere you can develop, anywhere you can use that application. Clear, guys? These all points. Yeah. So next one of the best point is Django is also supporting all major databases, guys. All major databases, major databases supporting. Django is supporting all major databases. Using Django, you are developing one application, guys. So your application related data, if you want to store in MySQL, you can use Oracle, you can use MongoDB, you can use. Okay, na? So like this, all major databases, MySQL, Oracle, MongoDB, like SQL Server, so many are there. All databases supporting with Django. Okay, na? So this is also one of the best feature. And here one more special point is Django by default. Django by default comes with one database. By default, by default comes with one database, default database. Okay, so what is the database name? Means SQLite 3. SQLite 3. Django by default coming with one database, which is SQLite 3. So if you want to use MySQL, Oracle, MongoDB, guys, you need to download these databases and you need to use inside your programming. But if you want to use SQLite 3, no need to download, guys. By default coming along with Django, this database, SQLite 3. Okay, so directly you can communicate it with SQLite 3. And also here MySQL, Oracle, like these databases, if you want to use, you need to download and you need to give some settings, MySQL related settings inside our Django, Oracle settings inside our Django. Later I will take care everything. Forget about it. Okay, don't get fear. So here SQLite 3 related, no need to download and no need to provide coding also. Automatically Django is communicated. By default comes with SQLite 3 related coding and by default installing that one also. So this is also one of the benefit as a Django developer. Got it? Okay, next Django by default comes with one ready-made application, which is admin app, guys. Admin application is there. Any application, Amazon, Swiggy, Zomato, Book My Show, any application you can take it, guys. Online banking related, SBI, HDFC, anything you can take it. Every application is required admin people, admin application. Again, admin application. Okay, so using the admin application only, then company management people are providing some information. For example, here one database is there, guys. Here one DB is there. In that database, item 1 information, item 2 information, item 3 information is there. Assumption like a number of items. So here my Amazon application is there. This is what my Amazon, guys. Now whenever we are typing here, guys, www.amazon.com, then what is happening? Our request is going to this database. Whatever the items there here, these all items are coming to here. And now here displaying all items. Okay, mobile, Redmi mobile is there, Realme mobile is there, Lenovo mobile is there, Apple mobile, Samsung mobile, like all mobiles you are seeing, guys. Okay, so every mobile is every mobile related information displaying here. Am I right? So mobile brand name is what, mobile cost is what, how much RAM is there, and how much GB is there, what are the features, like everything is available here. So how we are getting those all features means, first of all data is available in the database. Who is storing this data into the database means admin people. Admin people. For example, Samsung company is there. Samsung people are releasing one new mobile. This mobile features are what? They are giving all information, and this mobile cost is what? They are giving this information. Everything is storing, everything they are storing into the admin database. Everything they are storing into the database. So how they are interacted directly database means, first of all they have one ready-made application. They have one ready-made application, guys. In this Django application only, one admin app is there, one piece, like in our main Amazon admin piece is there, admin application piece is there. So these admin people interacted with this admin app, guys. Now using this admin app, they are interacted with the database. So here they are maintaining all the information. Here they are maintaining all the information. This is what admin site, simply assumption admin site. So here who are available, admin people. So admin people, by using the admin site, they are interacted with the database and they are maintaining the data of our application, data of our items, all items information maintaining. Okay, later normal user guys, this person is one user, normal user, human being. Okay, so this person sending one request to the Amazon. Then Amazon application going to interact with the database, getting data back. This data we are seeing. If you want, you are buying. Am I right? So every application, Amazon, Swiggy, Zomato, whatever, okay, every application is required admin side to interact with admin people. Okay, admin people using the admin side, they are interacted with the database guys. Otherwise, user only directly interacted with the database means here Samsung mobile cost is 10,000 is there guys, for example. So they are changing to 100. Information changing, data values, cost of the value changing. Okay, then 100 here changing means that 100 only displaying here. So if all users are seeing 100 rupees mobile cost is 100 rupees like this, if users are seeing means, so a lot of people are going to give orders. Okay na? So some misleadings going guys, illegal activities going. That's why only admin people using the admin side, they are interacted with admin database, and they are maintaining all item information. Whatever you are storing here guys, 10,000 if you are storing, that 10,000 only displaying to users. Okay, 20,000 you are changing here means 20,000 only displaying here. Okay na? Only users always interacted with our application only, they are not interacted with the database directly. Users point of view, this one only. Later coming days we are going to developing like this way guys. Users interacted with application interacted with database. Admin people also interacted with admin side, that is interacted with the database. What is what is you are doing modifications in database, those all modifications again we are getting and displaying in the site. These all things practically I will show you guys, no problem. Okay, so if you are developer, you are developing one application guys. People interacting purpose, admin people means like a management people, owners. Okay, so owners interacting purpose, separately we need to develop the application, admin application. But in our Django by default coming this admin application with some ready-made presentation, all the things you guys. So just we are going to use this application. So we have a lot of sessions about the admin side, that time more clearly we will discuss. Don't worry. Okay na? So ready-madely coming this application means as a Django developer we are lucky fellows. Why means we are not developing this code, we are reducing the, I mean as a developer we are not getting more burden to developing this application. That is the one point. And by default coming with one authentication application guys. By default coming with one authentication application also, ready-made applications guys. So using this authentication application, we are going to handle user registrations, logins, logouts, profiles, forgot passwords, all by using this ready-made application we can handle. Okay, if this application is not there means everything we need to write manually, registrations, logins, forgot passwords, all are profile update, everything. But ready-made application we are using, and we can do it all operations easily. Okay na? So like a lot of benefits are there guys. And by default coming with one message application, this is also one of the application ready-madely developed. So using this message application we can display user friendly messages. For example, you are going to do login guys. At the time of doing login, your username or password may be wrong, then please enter valid username password, like that I need to provide message. Okay na? So if I'm not providing message, then a big exception coming in Python, you know, exception handling. So big exception coming. So instead of displaying the like exception, one friendly message I need to display. By seeing that friendly message, users can understanding, okay, what is wrong here. Clear? So using this application we can provide user friendly messages. So this is also one of the benefit of this Django framework. These all are features guys. Why this Django is getting more popularity means a lot of default application there. On default database is there, default admin site is there, authentication there, messages there. These all things if you are developing any application required, like using Java, using .NET or anything. That's why these all things without writing by ourselves as a Django developer, ready-madely we are getting. Later, if you want, you can override. By default, SQLite3 is coming. No, I don't want to use SQLite3. I want to use MySQL. You can do it overriding. Existing things, you can override by using those are different things. Okay, na? So, like a number of features are there, guys. When we are developing, so you will understanding all these things. So here, one concept is there: inheritance with templates. Template inheritance is there, guys. One of the popular concept. Template inheritance is here. So templates means HTML. I told templates means home HTML is there, home HTML, contact HTML, service HTML, login HTML, logout HTML, like a number of HTML there, guys. So HTML code, HTML tag, head tag, title tag, body tag, right? Like a number of things you are writing. Don't worry, just I'm writing a rough structure. Coming days, future, we will develop, guys, all these things. Head, inside this head, what you are writing again, title, and then this title you are closing as, here only I'm closing, okay, and here this head you are closing, this head you are closing, after that this body you are starting, okay, and inside this body some tags you are going to write, whatever you want you are going to write later these tags. After that this body you are closing, basic flow, and then finally this HTML you are closing. Am I right? This HTML you are closing. So this is our structure, guys. This is our programming structure, home.html related. So here only inside this body only you are writing whatever you want, required code. Your required code you are writing. Okay. So this is what home HTML, home.html. Now here contact.html is there. So in this page also, these all HTML tag, head, title, head closing, body open, body closing, HTML closing, like all open tags and close tags, all these tags are required in this contact.html also, guys. Plus this additional code you are writing inside body only. For contact related different tags you are writing, for home related different presentation you are writing, for login related different presentation you are writing, only in the body only changing, but remaining all tags are same for all the HTML. So instead of writing in all HTML this entire code, we are not writing as these all tags are. Only one time we are writing in separate place, reusability. That is, we can use in home template, we can use contact template, we can use service template, login template, like that. Okay. In every template, what we required main code in the body, that is only we are writing directly without writing these all existing tags. Okay, and we are going to write JavaScript related plugins, Bootstrap plugins, CSS plugins, like these all things. So no need of writing in every HTML. In one common place we are writing, that is we can reuse. Very important concept this one, guys. Real time must be using this one. Okay, so Django is providing this template inheritance. It means existing HTML code we can use n number of HTMLs. Okay, guys. Yeah. So these all are benefits of the Django framework. That's why because of these all features, our Django is getting more popularity nowadays. And also olden days, Java, .NET, these all projects are having market. But nowadays, only Django projects only getting market, guys. A lot of big market is there. Okay. So TCS company, Wipro company, these all things previously they developed their application using Java, .NET, these things. But nowadays their new applications they are developing using the .NET Django only. So a lot of benefits there. That's why existing employees also, guys, who are working on Java side, .NET side, they are also changing to this Django framework. Why means in their company new projects are coming with Django. That's why they need to learn these all things. They need to learn these all things. Okay. Otherwise, they need to resign their company and they need to go other company where having Java projects. That's why always software employees keep updating only required, guys. Clear, guys? So this is about the Django history and the futures. And from tomorrow onwards, This installation, Django, how we are installing. After installing, what files coming into our local. First of all, if you want to install, what concept is required? Pip concept is there. Correct? So in Python, we have module concept, guys. Do you know, guys, about that one? Module. In Python, modules concept there. Three types of modules there. What are those modules? What is the use of that module? As a developer, how we can use those modules? Okay? So some modules coming with the Python software, some modules you are developing, some modules other people developing. How we are getting other people modules? How we are using predefined modules? These things in the next session, tomorrow session, I will tell. Don't miss it. Important concept, modules concept. Okay? Yeah. Thank you, guys. So if you have any queries, ask me. Any queries there? And end of the day, guys, I mean, in our sessions, like this, n number of applications we are going to developing, guys. So whenever we are clicking particular content, then you are going to get output. So these things, whenever we are minimizing responsive design, also you are going to get, guys. Responsive design you are going to get. So this is a hamburger menu we are calling. See, you can see here. So different menus I'm using, different menus. Whenever I'm minimizing, okay. So then all are hiding, guys. All are hiding here. So you will get it here. So again, if you are clicking hiding, if you are clicking enabling, this is we are calling hamburger menu. So device with extra large screen, extra large, medium, small, extra small, like different device width there, guys. Based on your device width, this presentation may be changing. This presentation we can change it. So this is we are calling responsive designs. How we are developing responsive designs. Here also responsive design we are getting. Whenever I'm minimizing like this, all are getting vertically, guys. In mobile like this we can see. In mobile we can see. So in the desktop, so horizontally you are going to see. And this is a full space. Left to right I'm taking. Here only some space only I've taken. Here this is I'm not using this space. So if you want this space also, total full space, if you want, you can use it, guys. From here to here, totally full space also we can use it. That is all our interest, how we are developing. Okay. So small registrations, login related, feedback related, contact form related, create form related. These all forms we are going to developing in our sessions coming days. Okay, na? Only some forms only I opened and I'm showing. So one application also, one real application also we are going to develop in. Okay, na? And I told today 10 a.m. only one of the Django related framework. So Django extension, Django REST framework is there, guys. So any of other people, your friends who completed Django or else who knows already Django something, then they will attend. So can inform, guys. So I told along with Django REST framework is also must be required, guys. That is a plugin of Django, 1 month course. Okay, na? Yeah. Thank you, guys. Come on, if you have any queries, let me. You can ask me. Otherwise, I will stop. Have another sessions. Krishna, do you have any queries? Can I close, guys? See you guys. Thank you. Have a nice day.